Growing your AI models to millions of views is actually a lot easier than you think. Right now, I'm currently running 2 different models, and you can see my 3 different TikTok accounts as well as my 1 Instagram account. 2.6 million views. No, this is just in 7 days. 2 million views in 7 days. 5,000 followers in 7 days. You know what I mean? And then my Instagram, almost 1 million views in 1 month. And this is the kind of stuff that's going to bring you in this insane traffic like this. And then you can turn that into money, right? This is just one of my models. Like I said, I'm running 2 different ones, but I'm just going to show that this is the one I use in all my videos. So I'm just going to show this one for now. But yeah, let's just get right into it. We'll start with TikTok. So for TikTok, it is just 1 account per model. I know this is kind of controversial because a lot of people, when they start with any business, it could be drop shipping, it could be AI OFM, it could be anything. They're like, okay, I'm gonna make 10 different accounts and I'm just gonna spam and try to get as many views as possible. And in theory, this sounds like it would work, but in actuality, it's doing the opposite, because you're so focused on your limited time to post 10 times per day that you just start getting lazy and you start spamming random stuff, right? And that's only gonna get like 500 to 1,000 views per video. But if you have 1 TikTok account, focus on 1 or 2 videos per day and get 500,000 views per video, right? And that's gonna be way more worth your time, worth your while, and it's gonna get you a lot more views and a lot more of a centralized audience, right? You can like focus in on it. So yeah, just like I just said, you want to focus on going viral. Look as realistic as possible, right? Engaging hooks for watch time, which is what we're gonna go over, because your hooks, you want your hooks to like focus on watch time, because watch time is what's gonna give you views, and views is what's gonna give you profile visits, and profile visits is what's gonna get you money. So, pick a target audience and just stick with it. You don't want to go from like audience to audience. So pick a group of people, a group of men, most likely you want to target, and stick with it. So here are some hook examples. So this would be like on TikTok, like a TikTok slides, because for TikTok, I really recommend just doing slides. So the first slide right here would be like, want to go shopping, and it would be like a picture of your model or a girl, and it would be like, she's not interested, she's not, she's trying to convey that like, oh, she's bored, right? Because when a guy asks her if she wants to go shopping, she's not interested. Same thing, want to go out? No, she's bored, right? And this might not be what in actuality what she's thinking, but this is what men are thinking. This is what men want, and this is what we want to target, right? We don't want to target what women want. We want to target what our target audience wants, which is the men, right? So like, the third slide would be when he doesn't have friends that try to influence him to do stupid things. And this is something that a man could relate to, and she's conveying like, okay, she likes that, right? So that'll make men interested in this model, right? And then like, if you just look at these views, right, that one got 7.8 million views. That probably brought in thousands and thousands of dollars for just in one video, right? And then 3.2, 1.6, like, it's crazy views, and this is bringing in tens of thousands of dollars. Next up, we have Instagram. Instagram's a little bit different. The game is played a little bit different than TikTok. I'd say you can go a little more, you can be a little more risky on Instagram. So for example, this one would be like, pretty enough to be lusted, played and flirted with, right? But not pretty enough to be loved and taken seriously. So she's basically telling men like, oh, I don't want all these guys who want to just like, be physical with me, right? I want a man who actually loves me for who I am, right? And a lot of men do feel that way, so I feel like that's just like targeting that kind of man, right? And then same with this one, and then these are videos, right? Because Instagram, you can do carousels, and they can go viral, but really you're just gonna want to do videos, right? And I have a whole video on my channel talking about how to make videos for your AI model that look like really realistic, and it's very inexpensive too. So you can go check that out. But like I said, with Instagram, you can be a little more risky. You can say a little bit more. With TikTok, if you say too much, you're gonna get videos taken down. You're gonna get strikes, and then eventually you're gonna get your account taken down. So on TikTok, you got to be a little more restricted, a little more conservative. Instagram, you can be a little more liberal with what you're saying. It's really that easy, right? it's not hard. I feel like especially if you're like an AI model, it's a lot easier to get views than if you are just like promoting your personal account, because it's easier for women to get views than it is for men to get views. So it's really not hard. So I just, get out there, try, get in the arena, and try to make some money. So we do have a community filled with 6 and 7 figure AI OFM entrepreneurs. The Discord's in the description. We have weekly calls. We have networking. You can network with all the other successful entrepreneurs. We talk strategy, and we have a bunch of resources for you that you need to get started, or even if you're already started, the resources we have can level up your game. We're gonna have up to date with the most recent tech and everything you need. So all you really need is our Discord server. It's an awesome community, and I'd love for you to join it.